Hello, hello. And button. There we go. So we're back at Minecraft again. It's been a week. It feels like a lot longer, but that's just because so much stuff has been going on and we've played a lot of different games as well. I feel that it's kind of fair. So I was just kind of going over and seeing what we'd done last time and what we've done in the past in general. And I'm actually quite proud of where I've managed to get with everything. Oh. There we go. So yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with what I've managed to do so far. So since last time, I think you can possibly see that there's been a little bit of a level grind that I've done. That was just a couple of hours. Doing the process that I've shown in the past. In fact, I'll show the farm location because I did change it a little bit. So now it's set up kind of like this. This means that I actually very rarely get items. The EXP comes from pretty effectively. And I've used vector plates. Now, the only change I'd make to this setup at this stage is getting rid of these stairs because they occasionally, very rarely, catch EXP and lock them inside that little tiny space. But this spot here basically means that it's almost all guaranteed to come to you eventually. Way more efficient, way more effective. It's much better. So, vector plates, everyone. They're really good. But yeah, no, from that, I left it for, I want to say like 4 or 5 hours, maybe a bit longer, yesterday evening, and now I've got enough EXP to really start pushing forward with some of this stuff. Now, I'll be honest, I haven't been farming Apotheosis stuff all that much. And like looking at it at this stage, I'm gonna sound real mean. I might just leave it at this because these two tomes, they're just missing what? This one's missing like less than 3 armor and this one's missing, albeit a few, but armor's probably not that big a deal for me at this stage. What I am gonna do, this is gonna seem really weird, but I'm actually going to strip the enchantments off of this. Now, I'm going to use this as a list. Getting rid of life mending is the thing. Because I've found that I'm actually more susceptible because of life mending than anything else. That was actually what was killing me the most with some things. I believe, yes, I go for cold aversion, protection, rebounding. Thorns on breaking. I'm missing something, aren't I? No, that seems right. So I just need to make that exact same book another 3 times. Oh, excuse me. Trying to read is very hard because this is very annoying text. Okay, then we get Berserker's Fury again. So all of this is just to basically give me like a good solid amount of protection in addition to what I've already got. And just get me going with a lot of other things. Life Mending sounds really good if I had a better source of regeneration. But at this point in time, the fact that my armor value is so high, it actually becomes a counteraction and becomes the only reason I'm taking damage, more than like actually taking damage. That's missing a culture version. Can I just add it in like this? I can. Okay, cool. Because my intention is, potentially before the day is out, is to actually go fight the final boss. However, I'm a little hesitant to do that quite yet, because again, the moment I do that, there's really not all that much left to do in the run, as well as getting to the location is going to be extremely laggy. So I'm actually considering what I might try and do, I don't know, is maybe do it off camera, or get to the location off camera, then like the moment I get there I save and quit, if that would be preferred by others. Cool, there we go. God, I feel so weak right now. Because I think these didn't work or something, right? That's the wrong one anyway. Oh no, these do work. I just needed the XP. And an anvil to not just break on me all the time. Oh, sorry. I've got a bit of a cough for some reason. Actually, that's a good point. Is there a good way of making an anvil unbreakable? I mean, there's unbreaking enchantment, but I was wondering if there was a way to make it permanently unbreakable. Alright, well that's close enough. This one needs a little love though. Okay, there we go. So that's gonna basically be it, I think. So, we're gonna toss this back on here. And then we're going to toss the enchantments on these. I do appreciate that they cost 69, Funny number. And there we go. So this should basically be the strongest I will become with armor. Into like my armored gear, because of this is not much better than this kind of values. It's absolutely gorgeous. we have a lot of health now too. And because I also do have a repair talisman on me, I am regularly also repairing this gear along with some other stuff, which keeps this fairly okay. So that's the big bit of gear that we can get. Now it's trying to fill as many slots as possible with as many useful tools as we can. I'm trying to think if there is a worthwhile reason to do too much more. I mean, there's the gems we could get more into, the dynamism gems. Oh, there's sorry, there's also the resplendent prism. I forget about that. What is the... okay. If that's the case, then let's do some of those automations that I kept promising I would do. I think. So what I'm going to need to do, so we've got already a little bit of an AE system up here. Cool. So what we're going to do... Now, I believe it's insert via the top, pull out from the bottom of these. Oh, the night vision flickering is very, irritating. Okay, So with this being the case, I should only need one of these set up, and be honest. And I probably don't even need it to be seen. So if we do this here, then we need a import, export, what is it again? It's a, some cables. And then, so what was an Astral? It was this one, right? The resonating gem that we want to get. I need to get a better pickaxe that's not just going to instant destroy things. There we go. So you need to, okay, so you need to click on basically the very edge bit there. You can't click on the inside because then it'll put it to the wall that you're looking at. That's what was happening. So does that work? Or is it not the resonating gem? Am I getting it wrong? I'm sure it was the resonating gem that gets you the really good amount of it, right? Because it's the aquamarine that does it normally. Yeah. Does it need to see the sky, does it? Great. Okay, so this is why I complain about like too good of pickaxes, by the way, is that you get to this stage in the game and you're just like, whoops, I just accidentally destroyed part of my base. I believe, yeah, it's this one that I need to relink. Okay, that should definitely have it linked. Let's go back and see if it's good. Yes. Okay, so we are. There. If it has to be up like this, then it kind of is annoying, but hey. Does that work? Or does it need to import from the bottom? Okay, import from the bottom, or export from the bottom, and I'm assuming I can just do this. Right. Is that correct? Easy way to check. It is not working. So I can't put it on top. Okay, what is it called? Lightwell. No, that's a forum from years ago when it didn't have the properties it has now. I see. I'm gonna have to do this with the pipes mod, I think. Yeah, we'll just use a seed tank. So let's put a... So we need... Where is it? Does this work? So I can extract fluid, yeah, I figured that would work, but is it going to insert items? Not at this stage. I need that location thingy. This one. So add that with location, this. Submit. I mean, there's another option I have, and it's very simple. I was just kind of sad because I wanted to see if I could make a nice clean automation. So, as an explanation, so what I found, and it is the case, both input and output of the light well is the bottom. Because of that, I was going to see if I could use the pipes to force in like that, but I think only, is it Mechanism has that sort of mechanic off the top of my head? And I do not have that in this pack. So, instead, I have a more boring argument. So it is, what is it called again? Actually, I wonder if this thing works for it. No, that's a constructor. I need like a world interaction tool. I don't think that thing has it. What's it called? What am I looking for the term for it? It is refined storage. Okay. I don't think it does the constructor work like that? Let's try that quickly. Hey, yeah, sorry. No, so the constructor does not work in that fashion. I think this does though, right? Let it do its cycle, see if it turns up in there. It does not. Let's see if there is another thing like that. That's block placer, fluid placer. No, so I need something that will basically put it into an inventory for me like a normal normal player would. What is the... Is there anything I know of that can do that? It's in this pack. Okay, okay. But the worst part is, right, is I'm not only trying to find an automation, but I'm trying to find an automation I can actually do. Because the difficulty is, right, is I don't have some mods that a lot of people would consider essential. Again, mechanism is the big one. And I do kind of regret that, I'll be honest. Biggest change I'd make to this pack in an immediate sense would probably be add mechanism, but it's a little too... After I'd started like the series, it was way too late to add that, and I thought of it like quite late on, so I didn't think it was a wise idea to add it at that stage. Advanced exporter. I wonder if that would do the fix the problem. Okay, game. There you go. Because again, like, I just need to see if there's a way of putting it in from the side. Let's try just a normal hopper. I doubt that will work, but you can always put in a little bit of hope, eh? Nope. What's something else that can insert? I want to try that block placer again, but like, is that really gonna do it? Like, what does it have that it could do? Different. Yeah, that's that. And like, I want to stress, the block placer doesn't need power, I believe, but it does better with power. So that really just doesn't work. What could do it? I mean, there is a weird option. I don't know how it would work. If I could push the thing, so I make it detect when it's full, then I push it to the side and it goes onto an import. But again, at that point in time, I don't know if I can push it while it's got stuff in it. And that feels very questionable. TNT, I see. I don't know if I want to play with that right now. No. 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 None of that so far. And that's the end of the line. Hi. So we're a little messed up with that in the sense that we have no way of actually automating Liquid Starlight, which was going to be a big thing that I kind of wanted to do. If I was to automate a lot of Astral Sorcery, because I'm limited in what I can get away with. Like, in the simple sense, I could just set up all of these light wells, have an import, like an importer on the bottom of all of them, and then just come by and put in resonating crystals from time to time. That's not completely outlandish. Is there one of those phantoms stuck underneath here or something like that? Or is it in the little underneath here? Because I'm hearing a phantom. I don't know where he is. I think he's bugged out somewhere. But yeah, I think it's just going to have to be that boring option of just having a bunch of light wells with a bunch of import on it. Make sure all of them are set to fluid. Then we get a cable. And now we have liquid starlight in there. Again, I just feel that this is very... It sounds weird. This is just a very boring answer. I really wanted there to be something more interesting to resolve this with. Because now it's just still quite a manual process. Where is this you know what? I do have an answer for getting rid of this phantom easier. There. No matter where you are, you're dead now. Alright. Well, now that we've got a It's right here? Okay. Weird. A process for getting starlight into our system pretty easily. I guess that's the best term for it. Now it's a question of what do we do with that? So now I'm going to have to think about this because I don't know how to detect. So what my intention is potentially to basically automate the Fengram one, I believe it is, which is the like just between morning and night. I'm gonna quickly see if there's an easy answer to this. Okay, that's not what I want. I'm seeing integrated dynamics is probably the necessary thing for it, and I don't have that. It's looking like that's actually the best way to, if you ever wanted to automate Astral Sorcery, use that. So, live and learn. It's far too late, I feel, to add a mod like that. So, what else is there to do? I mean, I could always try and make a better collector crystal. But other than that, like, I don't think there's any substantial things I want from Astral anymore. Like, I do kind of want to get the observatory because it looks cool. Which I think I was setting up for, sort of. Yeah. Oops, that's not what I was wanting to click on there. And, like, this isn't even that out of the question to make. And then there's also the enchanting, and then there's the Celestial Gateway. I did kind of want to show the Celestial Gateway off, actually, now that I think on it. It's just very much, I remember wanting to do more of this. I guess we're just going to have to say no to that. That's quite tragic, honestly. Maybe I'll roll some of the stats later, is because, like, again, I'll just go through the process of doing some of it. Because I was just thinking about another thing we could do just to, for the sake of it, which is automated processing. Something I normally do, but again, in this pack, it's kind of not necessary. And what I mean by that is ore processing. I'm a little hesitant though, because like very much I was thinking about it, and then I really kind of came to this realization that if I did it, I'd just probably pump it through the smeltery, right? And then I would just pump it out whatever it was, because again, I didn't care what the end result is, so it kind of feels disappointing. But yeah, no, it's... What else is there that I could do? Like, what's an actual, genuine, interesting thing to do at this stage that's, like, worth it? Because that's the other thing. Is like, there's a lot of things I could do. There's not a lot of things I can do that are worth doing. Because, like, Create's a perfect example. Like, Create sounds really awesome until you realize what's Create going to offer me at this stage in the game. I mean, I was hearing Create apparently has, like, a potential ARM thing that works, but to get Create all the way up here as well and get to probably the point that's required for it might take longer than it's worth. I know, I still kind of want to try out Create at some point. Because, like, I've heard it's a really good mod. Goo clock. Let's see. Is there a clear thing of what people were talking about with the arm thing? Mechanical arm. Getting to toggle between input blue and orange. Okay. Okay. It's a very cute little tutorial. I think that's awesome that they've done that. Because so one of the other things is, right, is I could do like the lasers. That's what I was kind of considering. Is like, do I set up a laser thing and it's like, okay, that's gonna get me ores and stuff like that, but what can I do with any of those ores that I can't already like just have? By the way, I have found a couple of like goblin traders, still haven't gotten the potion of regen 3 that you can apparently get from them, which does make me indeed sad. Okay, so what charms exist that would be worth it at this stage in the game? No, none of that really seems... all that hugely useful. Benevolent Goddess Charm. Okay, let's have a little look at Botania's stuff around this and see what we can find with this. What do you do? There's a defense trinket that's worn, as the charm implies, in the charm slot. When worn, it uses mana to prevent explosions in its wearer's vicinity from damaging any blocks in the world. Sounds cute, but that's not going to do what I need. Charm of the Diva. Blesses its wearer with the power to turn attackers on their comrades. It uses mana to twist hearts of mobs that harm its wearer, causing them to go after another nearby hostile. Oh, it seems pretty cute. Not gonna do me anything. Tiny Planet's a like pull thing. I know that. Like, again, Phylactery Charm's probably the easiest answer. And it's probably still, like, the safest thing in the charm slot. Maybe we just do go with it. So then that leaves Body. Oh no, Body's gonna be that. Yeah. So then Head. Which is like the Spectator, and I think that's just about it. Oh, and the things from Bountiful. And the Spectator just shows... It's a headband that allows the wearer to perceive the when the wearer is holding an item, it will follow. So containers that hold the item, drops with that item, mobs with that item equipped, players that item in their inventory, and villagers trading that item. The fact that that goes off of the page goes to show how much is cared about that specific thing. Meat feeder. No, I don't think there's anything else that actually goes into the head slot, because I don't think these actually go into the head slot. I think there are helmets. Like, they go there. I could always test it. Actually, it might just say in the Tinker's stuff, which is here. Let's see. So I'm guessing it would be under armor. That copies the abilities from the monster. It's created from this. Oh, there's actually a spot for it. Melee attacks cause withering. After drinking milk, the effect becomes faster. Melee attacks copy all negative status effects from the wearer to the target. That would be good if I didn't negate every negative effect. Steal 3 seconds of air from the target. Projectiles cause slowness. Grows 15 seconds of strength when damaged by another mob. Boosts health heart by 1 plus an additional heart per piece of golden armor. Allows spitting fire charges from inventory as fireballs. Causes some gold ores to drop extra gold nuggets. Holding the helm in the interact key causes the wearer to explode. Melee attacks increase the target's fire time based on the wearer's fire. Okay. Causes positive potion effects to last longer. Makes the wearer immune to poison, though will not remove existing poison. And teleport automatically when attacked by a projectile and randomly from melee. Has a 15-second cooldown. That sounds really bad. So far, the zombified piglin slime skull sounds actually the best if I was to do this stuff. So, okay. Zombified piglin. Let's just make one. There. So I need a zombified piglin head. So let's go to the nether. And I'm going to get into a big turf war. Let's go. I just want to see if this goes into the head slot. Because again, like, I don't know at this stage. Okay, well, we got the head nice and easy. And now going into the nether is going to be a very interesting time. So with the zombified head, we take ender slime, 5 blocks worth. I think I found some ender slime at one point, right? That's a good point. I haven't actually utilized this to the extent that I would normally. Where is the thing I'm looking for there? God damn it. Let's see. Is that the only slime sapling? Okay, I need to figure out which area that is so I can put the right things on it. Because I need slime dirt. On slimy dirt or grass. Have I not picked up any slimy dirt? I'm a little surprised. Also, I'm surprised that there's not a recipe for this, because I'm pretty sure there used to just be like you could smelt slime onto dirt. Hey, there you go. Oh, well. There goes the logs in this area again. Maybe I should move these to the centers because they're gonna spread out wide. So the real question is, what is considered central? There we go. Add that. Then we're going to add I was going to add it as grey, 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 but I'm starting to wonder if I should. Okay, so let's try making an advanced import and see what this actually does for the situation. I don't know if that's actually improving it. But there is a very simple answer improving it. Okay, get a stack, get a speed. 3 of these, I should say. And add that into here. And now it should be zooming through a good bit more of this. The fact that I've also got this many emeralds in here is actually quite a spook thing as well. Oh, that's a good point. I haven't thought about it. Oh, it was only 5. Oh, okay. There's probably a bit of a backlog of items, I'd assume. The speed this is going at this stage, there needs to, I'm gonna have to do something to upgrade it. Let's put down another importer. Spid. And I'll just put it underneath from the back. Can I do that? I can't do that. I might have to move this chest actually then. Where shall we move it? We'll move it over to... move it here. Right, so we'll put... one block here. Then we'll put the chest on top. Okay, so I need, it's a 6. Need equations of 6. So 3 times 6 is 18, I think it is, off the top of my head. So I need another 6. There we go. So for the most part, this should stabilize pretty nicely. I remember having to fix this a few times back when. That's been quite some time, I have to say. know where the rest of them. I'll just pull out a stack and it'll be fine. Again, it's not like I'm burning for resources. All right, there we go. So now if we look up slime, we have a good few now. So it was how many again that we needed for it? We need 5 blocks worth. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it was just casting basin. Okay. Very slow process, this. Oh no, maybe I'm too used to overly fast processes now. This feels like a lot slower than most of the other smelting processes. To me, at least. Alright, moment of truth. Does this fit in the courier head slot? I doubt it, but it does not. Hey, worth a shot. So, yeah, there's nothing that's worth putting in the head slot. Which means that we're pretty much as geared as we're going to be, I guess. Aside from, like, trying to find more goblin traders and hope that they'll give me the next regen potion. Or sit for literal weeks grinding Astral Sorcery perk points. Which, I'm be perfectly honest, I'm not going to go do that. So what I am going to do, and I said I wouldn't, but we're actually going to see if we can even just make it to a Chaos Guardian. Because the thing is, if I do make it to a Chaos Garden, that's going to probably be a half an hour travel as it is. I just realized I have something I forgot. The entire thing that's going to probably help keep me as safe as possible. Okay. Man, we've explored quite a bit at this point, huh? So. I don't know how much people might know about how the Chaos Guardian works, but there's a very specific spawn requirement. Why am I stuck? Ah, course fruit. So the Guardians spawn at an exact position. Now I'm just going to double check before I spout this. That's a good point. I need to remember that. Yep, so it is that. Okay. So while I remember... Where is it? There. Cool. Maybe not that many amplifiers. Doesn't seem to be doing that much damage. Indifference. Oh, it does seem to do a little bit more. You just stay there for a moment, fella. I'm just going to do that and then... So if I do that and then let's do it with all of them. Okay, so I'll just have to be sparring with it. So the rule is for Chaos Guardians to spawn, they spawn on what's called Chaos Islands. And Chaos Islands have a requirement for spawning. Let's just let the game load for a moment. Of every 10,000 blocks. So what I mean by that is if you look at the minimap, right, just below it you've got like the X, Z, and Y. So if, for example, the Z is 0 but that X gets all the way to 10,000, that should be where a Chaos Island is. And then after that, if I go to 20,000, then there'll be another one. Or if I went to 10,000, it would be there. It is all based from the center, which is the main original island that you're at. The only reason I hopped through one of those portals is because it puts you a bit further and makes it either faster and easier in comparison. Just reduces the amount of travel distance that you have to make, and like naturally. Now, when we start approaching it, I'm going to probably start slowing down. I'm going to be perfectly honest, there is a very good chance if I fight the Chaos Dragon, I die. Which would be a perfect fitting end to the series. If I don't, and I do manage to kill it, then yay. Oh! Before I fight it, I just realized I need to go do something. Because I believe you can only halve it with Draconic Pick. The thing that I need from the island. So once we get closer, I'm going to use the dislocator to save a location. And use that to teleport back and forth. In preparation. Now, I know that the gameplay visuals aren't all that interesting right now, but this is a very powerful late game mod, and to kind of gate it, it makes sure that you can't accidentally come across it. It's very much kind of what Ice and Fire did with its dragons, where it's all of its stuff spawns far away from the initial players. Like, nothing can spawn in the early areas unless changed in the configs. It's a safety net to go, it's like, okay, well, it is late-ish game. So, we'll give you a bit of room. Now, I'm just going to really start slowing down now because I don't want to accidentally, like, go into range of the island when I'm not able to see it. Another slime island back there. But yeah, very much it's clear that the assumption at this point is that you have flying, you have quite powerful gear at your disposal. So you don't have to worry, per se. Now, I'm gonna save my spot here, because this should be far enough away. Okay, then I'm gonna go quickly make a draconic pickaxe. Pickaxe. So we need a draconic, which means we'll need a wyvern. So we need 2 basic energy relay crystals. I should probably put. Those are wireless. We want, I think, these ones. It's a hoe. Draconium core. A wyvern and 2 draconium ingots. Need to make sure I remember that. And yeah, so the wyvern energy. That's energy module. I need an energy controller. Around it's just a diamond pick, right? Yeah. For a moment there I was confused. Don't mind me. Oh. Now, while that's going, to get the draconic, we need 4 netherite. It was 2 draconium. Awakened draconium this time. A draconium energy controller, which is there. And a wyvern core. Boom. Now this pickaxe is pretty inherently good. As long as it's powered. Like, as a quick example, let's go underground quickly, shall we? This is without any upgrades in it, and we've seen how quickly Draconic gets insane with just a few upgrades. So what is the, so we want... So if we put in just 350%... That's the maximum. Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, it didn't feel like it was doing anything. This is going to go really fast all of a sudden. So, instantly deletes all of that. Like, without a thing, it's just slightly slower. Like, without any speed modules on, it's slightly slower than the Morningstar, which should give an idea of exactly, like, how potent it is. I'm, in fact, actually going to retire the Morningstar now because of this. I can also get area for it, so it mines in an area. Don't know what else I can get for it. I think that's basically it, is you get speed, area, and then energy for the pickaxe. I can't remember how to go up and down on the list. Naturally. Again, I still think that the Morningstar is far too strong for what it actually costs. This goes to me talking about the next pack, right? Is I'm going to be having some return mods, one of which is Project E, just because I like the feeling of how the alchemy system works for it. In fact, I think that's the biggest selling point to me, as well as it does have a few additional effects that I feel a lot of other mod packs lack sometimes. I'm very much slowing down now because I'm starting to get into the point where I will start seeing I might just accidentally come into the range of it. You'll see very quickly via terrain when you're close. But no, so going back to the mod pack discussion point, because that's just basically the main thing I talk about while playing Minecraft is the next pack, because it's the big notable thing that I really think about when I'm doing this, is like, what am I seeing that needs to change for next time? And what I see is that I kind of want to, like, gatekeep a lot of the tools that Criminal Exchange gives and offers, because they're too strong for how cheap they are. I mean, I kind of want to make a linear progression as it is, so should be seeing some of the asteroids in it by now, right? Yep. Here we go. I think this is the outer side of it. Yep. There it is. Okay. So if you're wondering, this is what the Chaos Island kind of looks like. I'm going to show it now because we might not get a chance to show it better later, even if we win. That pile-ish looking stuff, that is the core area. And that's what we're trying to fight over, is we're going to beat the Chaos Guardian so we can claim the core of the island. Let's see if we succeed with that. So if I go a bit closer, and the game lags quite significantly. Now, you can kind of see I don't have amazing render distance because it would lag too much otherwise, but you can already see that this is a very large scale fight. Now, I'm trying to remember, what was the bloody button to... Okay, I'm just gonna pause this file before it gets out of hand. Category... in. Now, I believe at this stage I can't actually destroy these. Hurts. Oh, that's right, I need to... Does that get to show kind of how much damage this fella does and how if you're not paying attention, you will die? I'm already locked at an HP that means I'm not going to fight that. Not anymore. Just no. So I forgot about that mechanic, and that became very obvious to me very quickly. So... I'm glad I didn't fuck up too badly in that fight, because that would have been very awkward. Hopefully that shows why, like, I'm kind of wanting to make an entire episode specifically, or, like, a stream specifically around that. Because I don't see how I'm supposed to beat that without, like, more focus on it. Because, like, I was like, let's go find one, and it will be fun. That's a good point. I haven't turned off the show area for that. So yeah, I'm just kind of still taking a little bit aback on how destroyed I got. Now I gotta regenerate through those hearts again. again, this is part of the reason why I don't quite like the phylactery charm, is because in some, well, I might have just died because of some stupid stuff in that by me. I also have now got to spend the next like few days, like I will not be able to get it all done today, especially knowing that I'm really busy, but I'm gonna have to spend like the better part of this week regenerating these hearts out, because like I can't AFK it. I have to do a sleep cycle. And the fastest way is to basically just constantly switch between sleeping on the hammock and then sleeping in the bed and then constantly doing that, which means I have to wait for, I think it's like, yeah, it's 26. And then I have to wait a little bit so I can go to sleep as well on the other end. And keep in mind, I have hundreds of health to get back, and I get like 2.5, I think, per rest cycle. 2 hearts. So I have 60, 70 hearts that I need to regenerate. It's gonna take a while. So we're going to wrap up here, I think, because there's just nothing else left to do. Again, like, I don't think there's anything I really can think of that I'm like, yes, I want to do this now. I'm very excited for the next pack. Again, I cannot stress enough, I really want to do it. However, there is going to be a delay because I am waiting on some specific mods to be fixed. And so what? We're waiting for the mods to be fixed, and I'm also kind of hanging out to see if some mods can get updated. Because at this point in time, the intention is to move to 118 and create a slightly more quest-focused version of a similar kind of pack like this, where it has a bit of a diversity in tech and magic, to kind of keep it nice and breath of fresh airy and bit of diversity. But it does lead to a few complications that are very evident. The other thing I want to stress is I'm going to try and make the pack completely hardcore focused. I don't know if I'm going to lock it to only being hardcore playable, because I feel like that's a bit mean on some people. However, it's going to be designed in a way that, like, if you probably don't play it on hardcore, it's going to feel really easy. But if you play it on hardcore, it's going to be difficult. That is the intention, is that all things will scale in accordance with where you're at in the thing. And it's all designed to not quite just kill you, but definitely test your abilities. Because my complaint on hardcore, I've talked about this with a few people, and I think I've talked about it on here, is that hardcore's Minecraft is less of a test of skill and more of a test of knowledge. What I mean by that is knowing interactions, knowing what can do what. This is the case for specifically modded. Base Minecraft, I would actually argue, is a little bit more skill related, but is still quite sided to the player that has a substantial pool of knowledge that they can pull from to explain how Minecraft mechanics work. But the more you go into modded, the more evident this becomes. So with that being the case, I'm trying to design the pack in a way that's actually a little bit more test of skill, but not like insurmountable. It means that if you're kind of competent at the game, you'll be fine. But a lot of the time you're going to be having to figure out how to survive based on the rules that are set by the world. And I will try and make it so it actually transposes those, like, is very transparent about these rules, because I don't want you sitting there going like, why did this situation occur? I'm very confused. It's like, well, that was because of a mod. It's like, oh, well, I would have loved to have known that before I lost like a few hour progression mod. Like, then you might not want to play at that stage, which is completely fair, I'll be honest. There's a difference between creating a pack that's hard and creating a pack that's fun. From Software struggles with that from time to time, is that they make things that are hard but not fun. And then they make things that are fun but not hard. And then sometimes they find that nice, perfect balance where the best example I can think of off the top of my head is Slave Knight Gale, one of the DLC bosses for Dark Souls 3, was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in a From Software game. Just because the fight feels epic, the fight feels thematic, there's everything is done well in that fight. The build up, all that. And that's what I think they tried to do with Radahn in the Elden Ring, which again is, I would hazard to say, the most popular boss outside of Milena, which is popular because of Let Me Solo Her. That or Rage. Those are the two things I've seen as a reaction to Milena, which I think is very valid. So with that being the case, I think we'll call it here. Like I said, tomorrow will probably be Devil May Cry. I don't know. Actually, no. I think I won't do Devil May Cry. I'm going to do something a bit more relaxed. What have we streamed recently that could be considered more relaxed? Let me have a look. Let's pull up the Creator Studio and see what we've streamed recently, that we can continue on with the series and play relaxingly. Content and my live VODs. So we had Slime Rancher, which I kind of don't want to play that right away. Final Fantasy, maybe. Drawing could work as well. So we've got Final Fantasy, we've got drawing. I'm not going to do Monster Hunter. And then Devil May Cry. My hesitation with Devil May Cry, and this is, I don't know if this is a good explanation, but Devil May Cry, I want to kind of finish Virgil's campaign in the next play, which means I need to guarantee that time, and I can't guarantee that time over the next 2 days, because Tuesday and Wednesday for me are extremely early busy days, so the stream needs to be able to finish early. So drawing sounds like we might do that tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do drawing tomorrow. Sound good? Sound good. I'll set that up after I'm done. I also just realized I never did the Twitter post. Ignore me. I'm gonna just do that now. And I'm going to start finishing the stream. We'll just say that it bugged, right? If someone asks. Well, alright then. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's escapades, though I'd argue not really much happened. And I do hope people are interested and excited like I am for the next pack. Because again, the next pack I am intending to make public for everyone, and I will try and do my best to maintain it for at least a little while. The reason why I stress like all of these sorts of little while and all that, if it's not worth the time, in the nicest sense, it's like if it's not monetarily going to give me any form of return, then I have to consider it a net loss. However, if I'm playing it myself, that's perfectly fine. I don't see that as a problem. However, there's also to an extent how much I maintain it. So if people are really interested in liking it, maybe I'll set up a way to pay to maintain specifically the pack. And it would be unrelated from the YouTube stuff that I do. That payment. Because again, at this stage, I see no reason why I should be paid for what I do in my streams, just because I'm doing it as a hobby, and I would only want to be paid for it if I was actually committing harder, which I won't do unless I see a huge reason to, and that reason is pure and simply, okay, am I at basically I think it's 1,000 subscribers before you even get monetized officially by YouTube, and that's kind of a good gauging point. Is like, if I can make it to 1,000 subscribers, then yeah, I will consider doing it more intensely. But at this stage in time, I have to think about being able to live, and being able to live requires money. So anyway, cutting this short, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, and if you want to follow along with more of this, maybe even subscribe to the channel. I do play quite a variety of games, and I also do drawing, which we'll be doing tomorrow, as I talked about. Aside from that, I think that's everything. So I hope to see you again another time. Until then, bye-bye.